Hey guys, it's Miss Clark. I'm here bringing you today's lesson for Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. And our I can statement is I can use the words and illustrations from a text to describe a character's reaction to events in a story. Okay. So, some vocabulary words for our story today. We have ordinary, terror, reluctantly, exclaimed, scariest, which is like scared, scary, scares. And what you can do is, if you have extra time, is record the word and what it means on back of your key feature map, which is included in your packet. So what we're going to do is we're going to read our story, and we're just going to see what's in the illustrations in the story. So this story is called The Beast Who Couldn't Say Boo.
Hello, and welcome to Stories with a Dad. Today we're going to read a story about a beast named Boris. The Beast Who Couldn't Say Boo by Amanda Agee, illustrated by Carol A. Camber. It was a warm October morning, and Boris, a beast of the forest, woke extra early.
All right, so looking at this picture, what do you notice about Boris? Okay, you might notice it looks like a human's bedroom. He's got toys, he has a bed, he's even got a calendar on his wall. And if you can see it, it's teeny tiny letters. It says boo. Okay, so he looks kind of like a kid's bedroom, right? So maybe you could think about how much Boris is like you. Okay, so be thinking about that as you listen.
He was very excited because today was his first day of Boo lessons to prepare for Boo Day. Boo Day takes place each year on the same day that humans celebrate Halloween. On this day, beasts hide in pumpkin patches and jump out and shout "Boo" when a human comes along to pick a pumpkin. Boris had a surprise for his classmates. Today, they would learn that he was no ordinary beast. He was Boris, the scariest beast alive. Boris hopped out of bed, wrinkled his nose, scrunched up his eyes, and made a horrible face. Then he whirled around and faced the stuffed elephant sitting on his dresser. "Boo!" he shouted. The elephant stared back at Boris, its eyes wide with terror. Next, Boris approached the family cat, booing and stomping his feet. The cat immediately stopped licking her paws and ran into the closet to hide. The scariest beast alive was very proud. Suddenly, Boris's door opened, and in walked his mother. "I'm the scariest beast alive," Boris shouted. "Goodness," said his mother, "I must have the wrong room. I was hoping to give my son a special hug before he went to his Boo lessons." Then she turned to leave the room. The scariest beast alive unscrunched his eyes and unwrinkled his nose. "Mama," he cried, "it's me, Boris." His mother turned and smiled. She opened her arms, and Boris ran over and snuggled up against her. Even beasts like hugs. At school, the classroom was filled with more beastly faces than Boris had ever seen. Suddenly, the scariest beast alive thought maybe he'd like to go back home. As he started to head out the door, a large, hairy hand clamped down on his shoulder. It was Mr. Rumpus, the Boo teacher. "Take a seat, beast," said Mr. Rumpus. "Class is about to begin." Boris watched as Mr. Rumpus slowly circled the room. He then pointed to the beast sitting right next to Boris. "Okay, beast," said Mr. Rumpus. "Stand up and boo." "Boo!" he shouted in a terrible voice. Mr. Rumpus smiled. "Absolutely, beast," he exclaimed. "Now you," he commanded. "Stand up and boo." This was the moment Boris was waiting for. He took a deep breath and started to shout, but something went wrong. Instead of a big boo, all that came out was a little puff of air, and it sounded like "coo." Mr. Rumpus frowned. Maybe you should try it again, he said. This time Boris closed his eyes and tried to pretend he was alone in his room, but all he could squeak out was a tiny "Who?" Everyone in the class started laughing. "That will never do on Boo Day," said Mr. Rumpus. All week long it was the same thing. Boris could coo and whoo and even woo. But whenever other people were around, the scariest beast alive was too nervous to say boo. Boris spent the night before Boo Day alone in his room. He didn't even bother to practice his scary faces. "Come on, Boris, it's time to head to the pumpkin patch," Boris's mother called. "You don't want to miss Boo Day." Boris reluctantly walked out of his room and grabbed onto his mother's hand. As soon as they entered the pumpkin patch, Boris ran and hid behind the biggest pumpkin he could find. Since he knew he couldn't scare anyone, he didn't want to be seen at all. Soon, a family of humans came in. They walked through the rows of pumpkins, not even noticing there was a beast hiding behind each one. Boris held his breath and tried not to make a sound. All of a sudden, his pumpkin started to shake. The humans were picking his pumpkin. Before Boris could run and hide somewhere else, a man, a woman, and a little girl were staring right at him. "What a cute little animal," said the woman. Boris could feel the other beast looking at him. He knew he was supposed to scare the humans, but instead, he just kept holding his breath, hoping everyone would go away. "Can I keep it?" asked the little girl as she bent down to get a better look at Boris. Boris couldn't hold his breath any longer. His cheeks were now completely filled with air. As the little girl reached her hand out toward Boris, he blew out all the air in his cheeks, and with the air came the loudest "boo" anyone had ever heard. The girl screamed, and all three humans quickly ran away. When the humans were far away, the beasts came out from their hiding places and cheered for Boris. The beast who couldn't say boo really was the scariest beast alive. Mr. Rumpus even presented Boris with a special ribbon for being Boo Day's hero. And the first thing Boris, the hero, did was run to get a hug from his very proud mother. I hope you enjoyed the story today. Please come back, and if you did, like and subscribe. See you soon.
All right. So, the beast who couldn't say boo. That was a pretty cute story, don't you think? So, what you're going to do is you're going to be looking at your key feature map, and you can re-listen to the book, and then I want you to put in the answers to the key feature map while the book is going. So you can talk about how Boris's feelings change throughout the story because of the events. Because of the events that take place. So after you complete your key feature map, you can answer this question in your journal. How did the human family unintentionally solve Boris's problem? Write the answer in your notebook. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, you can rewind or back up in the video to rewatch anything that you may have missed. And again, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.